Guys, happy morning. Wonderful. And little volume down. Little volume down. The last channel. Yes, ma'am. Yes. Guys, happy morning. I know it's afternoon. It's not morning, it's afternoon because Madhya Pradesh is saying I want something. And now Uttar Pradesh is ready to sleep along with Madhya Pradesh if lunch is not given on time. At that moment, when somebody calls and tells you how many of you would like to attend a PD session, definitely if I would be sitting there, I would also say, in my mind, outside I will say I am interested, inside I am saying, wait, I am in class. Okay, now it's my challenge. It's my challenge. See, as a teacher, when we get onto the dais, we don't believe that we speak. When we get onto the dais, depending on the audience and depending on some like-minded receptors, that means, see, all of you are an energy by yourself. There is an antenna in every one of you. I always say, in life, nothing happens out of coincidence. Ivattu naan il barbekittu, I had to meet you, I had to speak few lines. It is not coincidence. Everything in life happens incidental. It was written in your destiny that somebody is going to come and is going to address you today. Like that, there will be few minds which have shifted their antenna and they are trying to channelize it so that I get aligned to them. And my rest of the class will depend on how this alignment can be energized by His grace. Because I am of your age, when I was of your age, when I was sitting and actually attending sessions, there was always multiple things that was running in my mind. What after graduation? What after job? What after marriage? What after kids? What after kids' education? And what after kids' marriage? There is always an haunt, means a expectation that you want to fulfill, and nobody expects something small in life. Always, I also know, you also know, that we are not actually built up to handle small things and keep small things small. We always want to actually achieve bigger things in life. That is the very reason we have come to this graduation course. Now, before I could start and exactly speak about this effective study skills, I just wanted to ask every one of you who is sitting here, God has given you a greatest gift. All of you are aware of it? A human, what you call it as, okay, any more? Okay. ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕೊಂತೀನಿ. See, human birth is one of the most sacred birth that would have come to you. There are millions of species. ನಾವು ಏನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ, ಒಂದು ಮನುಷ್ಯ ಜನ್ಮ ಒಬ್ಬ ಬರಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ it comes after so many laksha years, means incarnation ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಬರ್ತಕ್ಕಂತ ಒಂದು ಶ್ರೇಷ್ಠವಾದ ಜನ್ಮ ಅಂದ್ರೆ that is what we call manushya janma. That means a human being born as a human is something that God has gifted onto you by selecting you among those millions and millions of species and made you a human. That means you are already a selected one there. It is only for you to prove that your selection was not wrong. All of you will have to face judgment day. All of us are going to die. The Hindu scriptures speak about the judgment day. The Quran also speaks about the judgment day. The Bible also speaks about the judgment day. We are going to die one day, definitely. And there is a judge who is looking at us and he is going to give you a writing. How was your life lived? You should actually say, I lived my life and I have made my parents proud out of it. I have lived my life, I have made my country proud of it. I have lived my life so good that God is proud that He has not wasted a human life on me. Because always remember, you could have been born as an insect, you could have been born as a bird, you could have been born as any such animal or a creature or a fish, or a worm or a bug or such microorganism which is not even visible to our naked eye. If God has selected you to become that human, that means it is not incidental, it's not coincidental, it is incidental because you are the chosen one. You were chosen to be born as human. Now it is your responsibility to give a return gift back to God and tell, I have lived a human life in a human nature, I have not lived an animalistic life in a human form. That is the question that we will have to answer. See, always believe God is ready to do whatever you want Him to do, provided you are not ready to give up. A child wanted to do something big. He keeps on consistently working and consistently taking the right kind of choices in his life. And when he starts taking the right kind of choices, nobody could stop him. And today he is the most admired Prime Minister of the world. I am talking about Prime Minister Narendra Modi. You ask the Perplexity, you ask the ChatGPT, you ask Deep Blue, you ask Gemini, who is the best Prime Ministers which the world admires today? The first name that comes there is Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Always remember, we as Indians, if we wouldn't have existed here, the entire world population would have come to 50% because we wouldn't have actually overcome this corona. And one country and one leader and one nation which stood very strongly and helped the entire world to face this with confidence was we Indians, that means you and me put together. We stood there and our leader Prime Minister Narendra Modi led us from the front. And we gave the vaccination not only to ourselves, we gave the vaccination to the entire world to prove and tell them it is Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. That is what our Prime Minister always says. Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam means the entire world is one family. Now, right now, sitting in this hall, for whatever reason, a team has been formed. Right now, for the next 1 hour, 1.5 hour, a team has been formed with one goal, that let this togetherness make every one of us achieve enough in life. All of us are together. When we get into a college campus, the college campus is that team, is that togetherness which is built. Can I help one and each other so that everybody grows out of it? That is what we call team performance. Team performance is together everybody achieves more. Can I help one of my friends to just progress in his life? Can I help one of my friends to just go high in his academics? That should be your only motive, that by doing that you are helping the nation to become economically stable, by bringing out all those people who can stand on their own legs, who can become entrepreneurs. Automatically the economical growth happens, and India, what we are dreaming of, by 2047 we should be a Vikasit Bharat, that means a developed nation, shall happen. That is the time that we are living. And we are living with this hope that coming next 10-15 years, you guys will help India become that progressive India. Every time when he comes onto the dais, this man who is called as one of the best prime ministers of the world, he stands there and he says, I have a dream for India. I have a dream for India, and I want to see we got our independence in 1947. By the 100th year, we should not be considered as a developing nation. We should be called as a developed nation. हमको विकसित भारत घोषित करना चाहते हैं. उसके लिए there are some terms and conditions which we will have to meet, and for that, let me tell you, you are responsible. If you can make India economically stronger, if you can make India a literate, means we call it as 100% literate country, then definitely these two conditions are also important to call ourselves as Vikasit Bharat. You may be doing a BBA, you may be doing a BBM, you may be doing a commerce academics, but let me tell you, all these are very important, but academics only take you to the job, academics only take you to the interview. To get through the interview, you require right kind of personality. To get through the interview, to make the chaiwala become a prime minister, right personality is required, and that is what you are going to learn in next half an hour to 45 minutes. A tribal woman who should have lived in the forest, who should have died in the forest. Still now there are a lot of people who live in villages and they die in the villages. I am not talking about villages. I am talking about a tribal woman who lives deep in the forest, and they are called as junglis. And this jungly girl one day decides, I'm not going to live and die here. I'm not going to live and die here. I'm going to make a big difference. I'm going to stand so tall that every tribal of the world should believe that even a tribal woman can become the first citizens of a beautiful democratic country. And that she became. I'm talking about Draupadi Murmu. Ask yourself, if a tribal woman could become president, all of you are already in a better place. Say what your capabilities are. There is a beautiful saying, we say, where there is a will, there is a way. Can you repeat? Where there is a will, there is a way. Once again, where there is a will, there is a way. No, there is always a way. Ask yourself, do you have the will? I have gone through the records of Silicon PU College, degree college. There were your own ex-students who have scored 10% in one of the subjects, and we have seen in almost all the subjects we have a past record that students have scored 10%, 100 out of 100. That means there is always a way. When you get into this college, the only way you can get out of this college is as a top performer, so that the college will remember you. They should not remember you, Idna Pava Duryodhana, Dushyasana. They should remember you, Idna Pava Arjuna, Dhritarashtra. A choice is yours. Every time when you look into something, ask yourself, what does your vision show you? Your vision shows what you want to see, and that is what you are going to become. Ask yourself, can I change my vision? This is what he did it right. Everybody looked at the ocean. This boy also looked at the ocean. Everybody saw the fishes and they told, one day I will catch the biggest fish. One day I will catch so many fishes. One day I will catch so many fishes and I will have my own fish factory. These were the dreams that was built by many of his so-called cousins. And today they are greatest fishermen, no doubt at all. But this boy, when he looked down, he did not see the fishes there. He saw the reflection of the moon and he told, one day I will be in the moon. I will send somebody to the moon. That is what I am going to learn. I am talking about this fisherman's son Abdul Kalam, right from the childhood. As he was studying right in your graduation day, the way they looked at life was completely different. You have a choice. You right now have a choice. You can look completely different and make a big difference to your life. Or you can think this is also one more class. Life bartide, urogu antide, kadba antide, and you will live your life and you will die a life. It is a mediocre life. For that, why did you take birth as human? You should have taken birth like animals. Animals also live. Animals also reproduce. Animals also eat. Animals also excrete. What is difference between you and them? Why did God choose you to become that human? Because He has some master plan for you. If you can't recollect that master plan, then again I am telling you, दुश्मन कहाँ है? बगल में नहीं है, अंदर है. Right now when the teacher asks, who is ready for this class? Do you believe this class can transform you? 10 hands should have gone up and told, yes. That spontaneity of I want to grow should be there deep inside. If that spontaneity is not there, why study skills? I wanted to speak on study skills. Looking at your faces, academic, all of you will just get through the graduation. No doubt, I know. All of you are smart ones, you are Gen Z. But to make it a big in life, you need what is called as a personality. I see that is lacking in each and every one of you. To actually get there, you need the zeal and enthusiasm, a conviction, not a mediocre conviction, a conviction which is not going to die. If that is there, you can achieve bigger things. It can make even a chaiwala become a prime minister. It can make a tribal woman become a greatest president. And it can also make a fisherman's son become a missile man of India. Today, if that man wouldn't have taken that particular decision, I think we wouldn't have actually reached BrahMos. BrahMos is a brainchild of Abdul Kalam. Though it was actually done in coordination with Russia, the missile man of India is none other than the great Abdul Kalam, because he wanted to live a life and he wanted to make the country proud. Have any one of you thought, my living should make my country proud, my dying should make people say, what a man, what a life he lived? A choice is yours. Right now you have a choice. Let me tell you why that enthu is required, why that craving is required. All of you know our 2020 World Cup? Our 2020 first World Cup, our management was not interested in even sending the team to the World Cup. Why? Because India never had an experience of playing 2020 World Cup. When India did not have that experience of playing 2020 World Cup or 2020 matches, because we never had IPL, but every other country which plays cricket, they had an exposure of playing in local tournaments of 2020 matches, and they were very experienced. At that particular moment, the selectors at one moment thought, we will not send a team, we will send a team for the next 2020 matches, so that for the next World Cup, our team will be ready, they will have enough practice sessions and they will get ready. But what happened? There was a suggestion by one of the team members, not sending a team will put India down, let us send a team, we don't want them to win matches, let them play and then come back. Now they had to select a team. What they decide, because 2020 is a new kind of a match that is coming up, they thought we will have equal combination of youngsters and elders, senior players and junior players. So they decided we will take a combination of seniors and juniors. So the selection committee called both the juniors and seniors and they made them sit in two different halls. When they were sitting in two different halls, they come first to the senior most team members and the question comes, how many of you would like to participate in the 2020 World Cup? They did not ask who is going to be a captain. Their first question was, how many of them would like to participate in this first 2020 World Cup? None of the hands raised because everybody thought it's a new kind of a game. We don't have experience, we don't have exposure. Let the juniors only go. Most of them told they don't want to be part of the team only. Now the next question was, they had to select a captain. So what they told, among the seniors we have assumed that we are going to select a captain. Who is going to be the captain? None of them raised their hands. Most of the senior players told, we don't want to be a part of the team also. It's an youngsters team. Let the youngsters only go, and they rejected themselves being a captain. Very few players agreed to play, but they were not ready to do captain. Tendulkar played, Yuvraj Singh played, but they had not seen as a captain seeing success because they need a certain aura when you say you are a captain. It's not going to work for everybody. Every chaiwala cannot become a prime minister. Every tribal woman cannot become the president. Every fisherman's son cannot become that great scientist. Every mentally retarded person cannot become the greatest scientist like Thomas Alva Edison or Albert Einstein. Now all of you sitting here, you are already in a better place than each and every of the examples what I took. Ask yourself, what is your capabilities? You are capable of doing that miracle. Only thing is, are you ready to do that miracle? Opportunities will come. But when opportunities come, are you ready to grab that opportunity? That is what is very, very important. Now what happens, the same selectors, they go to the senior most, senior, they told only 3 players or 4 players are going to play and they are not ready to do the captainship. Now the selectors had a task, they had to select a captain and they had to select maximum players from the junior team. The junior team is waiting in another room. They come there and they say, we have already selected the captain, we have already selected the players, but still if I want to know how many of you would like to participate, definitely there was no hand which was not raised. Everybody raises spontaneously and they say, we want to participate. That is the zeal that is required. God only helps those who help themselves. You should make that first move. Always remember, in this journey of life, a chaiwala becoming a prime minister, a tribal woman becoming a president, and this fisherman's son becoming the greatest scientist, or even the greatest president, there was always a God who was actually in their journey, because always remember, God is a co-author of your journey. And God is a co-author of your destination also. But God cannot take choices. Choice has to be made by you. God only can be with you. Choices has to be executed by you. If you execute choice A, God is still there with you. If you execute choice B, God is still there with you. So it is your responsibility to execute choices when opportunities come. They come to the junior team members. Once they asked how many would like to participate, everybody's hand went up. Then there was pin drops of silence. Then they just throw. We have already selected the captain. But still, if we decide to send one of the captain from this particular members, who is it? Immediately one hand raised. That was Mahendra Singh Dhoni's hand. After he raised his hand, there was no looking back. They declared him as a captain for the first 2020 World Cup. A person who was never a captain for normal matches gets an opportunity to become the 2020 World Cup captain captain because everybody else rejected that offer. Yes, they lost the first match. All of you know. We lost the first match. The newspaper wrote, what kind of team has been selected? Were the selectors drunk when they selected this team? They knew that this was not the team that should have been sent. Only thing Mahendra Singh Dhoni told us, give me one more match and if I am going to fail, then I will talk to you. Till then, do not talk to my players, do not talk to me also. And he goes and he plays the next match so rigorously and they win and there was no match that was lost by them. That was the opportunity that was given and you will have to grab that opportunity. When opportunity is grabbed, results will automatically happen. Why I told Dushman kahan hai, bagal mein nahi hai, andar hai. If Dhoni had to raise his hand to say, I want to be a captain, every time an opportunity comes, a bigger responsibility comes, a little bit of more studies is required, a little bit of extra time is required. If you are not going to volunteer, then definitely you will not actually see the success because you did not make the right choice. Again I am telling you, for Modi's success, nobody else was responsible. Modi himself was responsible. In the same manner, for Draupadi Murmu's success, nobody else was responsible. Draupadi Murmu only was responsible because our cousins and dear ones who were very close to her, they still lived in a tribal place and they are living there only. Their life would have become a little better. But nowhere comparable to what Draupadi Murmu could achieve. So, standing on this dais, I tell you, all of you are made and given this life to achieve big and bigger and miraculous things in life. Only thing is, you should ask, do you believe in him? Do you believe in him and do you believe in you? Most of the time what happens, our confidence is shaken. So sometimes we are in our first year, second year, third year, the examination, it could be the interviews, it could be the campus drive. Sometimes you see life mein ups and downs hota hai. But always remember, when there is ups or when there is a down, God will never leave you. He will always be there. For that, let me tell you a beautiful story. But only thing is, you forget that He is there in you. When you forget that He is there in you, He will keep quiet because it was your instructions to Him telling, I don't want you, I can manage. That is called a superiority complex. Sometimes people ask what is superiority complex. That means you think everything is happening because of you and you are very confident or overconfident. That is called a superiority complex. That is also dangerous. On the other side, you think I cannot do this, and for the first time you start thinking everything was done by you. That is also stupidity because you not even can wink your eye without God's will. And everything when it is happening because of God's will. So why do you actually think that you cannot? He and you put together, miracles are possible. Most of the people who have achieved those miraculous things, they strongly believed in Him. Let me share a beautiful story and then we will go to this effective studies and memory technique. There was a very good man. A good man so good that no other place he could go, he should only reach heaven because he lived a life always helping students, he lived a life always helping his friends, always helping his subordinates, always helping the villagers, and one day he dies. Naturally, after his death, he's been welcomed in heaven. All of you should know on the judgment day, because I spoke about this judgment day, when we die, our soul is capable of reflecting the entire life of us from the birth to death, and he was imagining how his life pattern was. What he actually saw was, in that part of life, at certain moments of time, he saw two pair of footsteps imprint there. That means, as though two people have walked around. That was there. But in certain times, there was only one pair of footpath, that path was there. When he imagined that, when it is two pair of footpaths, one is God and one is me. When there is only one, it is me. That is what was running in his mind. So, he was imagining how was the moment during those days. So, whenever there were two pair of footpaths, an impression, his life was very happy moments. Very, very happy moments. Then he thought, during very happy moments, God on my side, I don't need. All of us are like that. Only when we get into problem, we say, Sakkata Bandaga, Venkataramana. We don't remember him until unless exam Bandaga, Sakkata. Sankata Bandaga, Venkataramana. So he was thinking, during happy times, I never called God also. And during his unhappy moments, during his most sorrowful moments, that is when he wanted God's participation, and during those times, he only sees one pair of footsteps. He's confused. He goes up and he asks that question, God understands, God starts answering him in the voice, my loving son, I have an answer for you. Your doubt is right. You are seeing two pair of foot imprints when you are happy. You are seeing one pair when you are unhappy. But you have misunderstood. During sorrowful moments in your life in the past, you have seen so many such moments where you can claim it and say unforgettable, sorrowful moment of your life. During those times, the single footprint what you are watching, it is not of yours, it is mine. I have carried you all along because you did not have enough energy to even walk, take one step ahead. I have helped you, and that is your footsteps, that is my footsteps. I have carried you along. This is how your life is going to be. God is ready to carry you along whenever a need comes. Now, because we are talking about effective study skills, memory techniques, and how to face exam, we will come from the reverse order. How do we actually face an exam? I am sitting in an examination hall. A question paper comes. I pick up the question paper and I try to answer those questions. This is what is naturally happens. If everybody is answering a question paper, why is that? Few of them score 95 and above or 7%, few of you score 80 and below, 70 and below, 60 and below, and why do few of you fail? It is a question we'll have to answer because we are talking about effective study skills, memory techniques, and how to face an exam. Guys, are you with me? Okay, now when you sit in an examination, when the examination question paper is given, what is your mind talking to you? You look at the question paper. As you read the questions, your mind automatically picturizes that this first question has come from the first chapter, the second question has come from the last chapter, this third question has come from the fourth chapter. So your mind is able to picturize. That means you already know that all these questions are within the syllabus. You will never find a question that has come and it is out of the syllabus. Why? It has never happened. Even if it happens, you need not worry. Ask me why? Because public TV Rangnath sir will take care. What he would do, if any exams, if the subjects and the question paper that is given, if it is outside the boundary of the syllabus, public TV Rangnath sir will take it on a prime time 9 o'clock and say, degree college hudugarige dodda ಅನ್ಯಾಯ ಆಗಿದೆ. And he will say, Nanu education minister hatra maatadi, I will see to it the grace marks are given for all those questions which is out of the syllabus. But till now it has never happened. Once or twice I remember. But 98 of the times it has not happened. Why? Because every question that is given is within the syllabus. Now why is that few of you score less, few of you score low, few of you score high, few of you score 10%? This is what helps us to understand effective study skills and memory techniques. Why? You got the answer. That means your answer is here. Second bell rings and they say you can pick up the pen and you can start writing. You pick up the pen and when you are trying to answer the question, you are not able to recollect 100%, you recollect 80%, you write 80%, you get 80% marks. You recollect only 50%, you write 50%, you score 50% marks. Few of you only recollect 30%, you write 30% and you get only 30% marks. Few of you get confused about the questions. You recollect an answer which is not for this question but an answer for another question and you put it here and you get 0 marks. And there are students who score less. It is only because right at that moment of your examination place, you are not able to remember. Your memory is not able to remember what you want to write. Now, how do I handle this? I am not able to remember. That means exactly what happened? I have forgotten. What did actually happen? I have forgotten. That means forgetting is the cause for you not to get good marks. You have studied. I am not saying no. You know from which chapter the question is. You know who is your lecturer, why she was actually doing that particular chapter, what example she gives. Everything is there. But when you will have to verbatim put it in the paper, you are not able to put. That is also one of the hurdles. So you don't get good marks. Now we will have to answer two things. One is, am I actually studying in the right manner so that my memory is also strong and it will help me in the exam? Point number one. Point number two, if I am not able to remember, what is the cause for that? How can I use a formula so that I don't forget? Now the question is forgetting a gift or a curse? All of you? Is for forgetting a gift or a curse? What man told is right. Forgetting can be a curse when you will have to remember something very important. If you are not able to remember, that can become a curse. But if you are able to remember everything that you wanted when the right time comes, that can be a gift. One option. Next, whatever you want to forget, if you don't forget, that is also a curse. I'll take up two such examples, ma'am, close the door. I'll take two such examples and I would like to explain. See, guys, I just want a little respect towards the trainer who is training here. So anybody who is leaving, you need not once again enter. If you cannot hold on to that conviction that this class can make a big difference to you, it will definitely not bring any difference. Clement Stone very beautifully told, if you think you can, you can. If you think you cannot, you cannot. Most of you are the result of what you thought you can. You took up whatever you took up only because you felt that you can. So if you feel like going out and then once again coming, I would not appreciate that. So we will try to complete it as early as possible. See, I am a trainer and I go to various colleges. I visit Christ, I visit Diana, I visit Ramaya, I visit Facet, I visit DMS. All my classes are uploaded on Facebook and YouTube. I have seen utmost conviction in the students when I actually address them. Till now, whatever I have spoken, if people would have felt that उसमें energy नहीं था, उसमें दम नहीं था, उसमें वो चीज ನನಗೆ ಬೇಕಿತ್ತು ಅದು ನನಗೆ ಇದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಸಿಗ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಅನ್ನೋ ತರ ಇದ್ರೆ, definitely it will not happen for the next 20 minutes. So please wait for next 20 minutes and then decide whether this class was worth sitting or not. I will make a promise that each and every one of you sitting here will feel this class was the greatest gift for you in your life. So with that, can I continue? Yes. Can I get it louder? Can I continue? Yes. Okay. Now, why do we forget? ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡೋಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಮುಂಚೆ I would like to share a small story. I am a counselor, so we also do counseling for students. It so happened one day I got a parent. They had brought a girl who is studying in 10th standard. What was their complaint was, my daughter reads from morning till evening and sometimes the whole night also, not even sleeping for few hours. But still, she is not able to score more. So we wanted to dig into the problem of why exactly she is not able to score more. So here we had to work on a challenge. Most of us don't score more because in the exam we don't write more. Simple. And when we are able to write more, you can score more. Also, not writing more does not mean you write another answer to this question. That also will not work. I had to address that. Immediately at the same time, we had one more parent. Those parents had come with a daughter who is also studying 9th standard ICSE, and their complaint was, my daughter right from 1st standard to 10th standard, never she has scored anything less than 95%. But from the midterm onwards, her performance has come down. She is only scoring 50% plus or minus. We don't know how to handle this. Can you please advise? This is the first form they fill up. Case number 1, the form was she reads 24 hours, only sleeping for 4 hours, that means 20 hours a day. Still her marks are very less, around 70 to 80. I want her to score 90, that is their expectation. Case number 2, my daughter who always used to score high marks, 95 and above, from the last midterm onwards, her performance is just plus or minus 50%. How do we address? See, whenever we get into any kind of a problem, we look for solution by asking a lot of interrogative questions. In the first case, what we asked was, what is our study pattern? Because how you study will reflect on how you write in the exam, and how you write in the exam will reflect on how you score in the exam. So we wanted to understand that. What their parents told was, my daughter all through her 20 hours of studies, she keeps on reading and reading and reading and reading and reading, and she reads loudly, and we also know that she is reading. I asked if she is only doing reading, is she writing somewhere anytime? No, only for the exam she goes there and she writes. The problem was there. I will try to address it. Now, how do actually you guys study? Assuming I give you 1 hour and you guys need to study. Most of us, our study style itself is quite different. We are not exactly studying how it has to help us in the exam. You are studying just with one part of it, and that first part of it will never help you in the exam. I'll directly give you this solution. If at all you need to study for 1 hour, in 1 hour, how many 20 minutes are there? 3 20 minutes are there. First 20 minutes, middle 20 minutes, last 20 minutes. Can you repeat? First 20 minutes, middle 20 minutes, last 20 minutes. Scenario 1. I have sat, I am going to study. How should you study? In the exam, you are not going to take information and put it into your mind. In the exam, you will take the information from your memory and then you will put it in the form of writing. So what should be practiced more? Writing has to be practiced, not this. What you do, in the first 20 minutes, you do this. You open the book, and always before studying, you need a trigger. Because in the exam, the trigger is the question. The moment you read the question, the answers should automatically come. So a question is asked to find out how much knowledgeable you are. So the trigger is your question. While you are studying, are you following the same question triggering way of studying? So what you should write, if you are studying chapter 1, take the chapter 1, if you want, divide it into 2 parts, you take only the first part. First write down the questions for the entire chapters. Why? That trigger is required so that your memorization will work perfectly. I write down the questions first. And then I read the question, I look for answers, I study. I read the question, I look for answers, I study. This is called as first 20 minutes of preparation. Then what you will have to do, close the book, close the notes. Only keep the question in front. Read the question and try to answer verbally by using words. Because that will be quite faster. You just read the question, try to answer, try to answer, try to answer. Sometimes you will not get the right answers. What you do, you take the help of the book. Open the book. This you are going to do the middle 20 minutes. What you are going to do in the middle 20 minutes? Right, keep the questions, orally try to answer those questions because you have just now studied last 20 minutes. Over? First 20 minutes is over, second 20 minutes audio preparation is over, the last 20 minutes, close the book, keep it into the cupboard, don't touch it because it's like an examination right now. Pick up the same questions for which you prepared, for which you revised. Now, take a pen and paper, try to write an answer. Any subject, let it be BCA programming subjects, let it be accounts related subjects, let it be psychology related subjects. The study style has to be the same. Now what has happened? 20 minutes you have spent to take the information, put it here. Double to that, 20 plus 20, 40 minutes you have taken time to take the information from here, put it in the form of writing, take the information and orally do. This will help you to score 7% in the exam. Let me tell you, 7% is only possible if you follow this methodology of studying. Always do this because in the exam you exactly are going to do the same thing. What? A question paper would come, you are having a pen and the answer sheet ready, you will have to read that triggers because you have prepared well, pick up that triggers, try to write because you have practiced and written more, it will give you results. Most of the time if you don't do this, you will suffer. One. Second, why do we actually forget is, information is not pushed to what is called as permanent memory. Again, can you repeat with me? Why do we forget? We forget because information or studies are not pushed into long-term memory or permanent memory. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಏನು ಓದಿರ್ತೀವೋ ಅದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಪರ್ಮನೆಂಟ್ ಮೆಮರಿಗೆ ಶಿಫ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ you don't need revision at all, it will automatically come. But for that to happen, you should have given multiple revision classes. Now if I am asking a simple mathematical multiplication, can all of you say 9 8s are 72? Okay. 5 5s are 4 8s are. Now it was easy, at least few of you made an attempt. Now if I ask you 19 18s are, 19 1s are, 19 6s are, 19 5s are or 14 3s are, it is difficult for you because this is only there in so called short term memory. So you will have to push it to what is called as long term memory. So let me explain you. Our memory has three parts. The first one is sensory memory, short-term memory, long-term memory, which is also called as permanent memory. The tables till 9 ones or 10 ones or 11 ones are because I think you can leave here. That respect is not acceptable. I saw you when you told. It's okay. When a trainer is talking, why? Yeah, you.
Sir, short-term memory loss, sir.
I'm waiting. See, when we get onto the tires and ನಾವು ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಿರ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಏನೋ ಒಂದು ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಿರ್ತೀವಿ. ಅವಾಗ ಈ ತರ ಒಂದು ಆಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್, ಈ ತರ ಒಂದು ಬಿಹೇವಿಯರ್ ಬಂದಾಗ ಅದು ಆ ಫ್ಲೋ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೋ ಒಂದು ಅಡಚಣೆ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಇಟ್ ಮೇ ನಾಟ್ ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಟ್ರಬಲ್ ಯು. For a lot of people, at least few good people who are listening, it will be a great problem for them. Yeah, your parents are working very hard to send you here. ಕಷ್ಟಪಟ್ಟು ಫೀಸ್ ಕಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಾರೆ, ಮಗ ಏನೋ ಹೋಗಿ ತುಂಬಾ ಕಷ್ಟಪಟ್ಟು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೋ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಿ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ ಅನ್ನೋ ತರ. See, always all of you should remember, your parents are not born with silver spoon, but they want to give that silver spoon to you. ತುಂಬಾ ಶ್ರದ್ಧೆಯಿಂದ ಕಷ್ಟಪಟ್ಟು ಬೆಳಗಿಂದ ಸಂಜೆವರೆಗೂ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಿ ಏನೋ ಒಂದು ಹಣನ ಕೂಡಿಸಿಟ್ಟು ನನ್ನ ಮಗ ನನ್ನ ತರನೇ ಇರ್ಬಾರ್ದು, ನನ್ನ ಮಗಳು ನಾನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಕ್ಕಂತ ಜಾಬ್ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಇರ್ಬಾರ್ದು, she should actually have a better job than us ಅಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು they would have pushed you to a class and they would be assuming that you will get into a college and you will seriously study there without making any hindrance, and then you will come home and your mother would have kept your home also neat and tidy because she knows that mother barkane let the home look very bright, neat, clean, so that when ಬಂದಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ನಿಮಗೆ lunch or snacks or dinner or ಏನೋ ಒಂದು ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು asking them to continue with work, it becomes important. Please, I would request all of you, at least for those good ones who want to listen, if you can not disturb the class, it would be of great help. Okay, now I was talking about short-term memory, ಸೆನ್ಸರಿ ಮೆಮರಿ. ಸೆನ್ಸರಿ ಮೆಮರಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? ಅವರ್ 5 sensory organs ಏನಿದೆ, okay, our 5 sensory organs, the eyes what we see, the ear what we listen, the smell, the taste bud and the touch feeling. This information is consistently given to us by our 5 sensory organs. Actually, memory is also one such organ. Why we say memory is one such organ? Because memory as a memory of what I have heard, what I have seen, what I have tasted and what I have felt. That is also a consistent hurdle whenever you are actually sitting for studies. Now usually ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು studies ಗೆ ಕೂತು ಓದಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಶುರು ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ you will be taking, by studying sensory memory ಇಂದ you will take the information and you will push it to short term memory. ಈಗ 2 ones are to 9 ones are, why you did not forget was you did multiple elaborative rehearsals from first standard, second standard, third standard, fourth standard, fifth standard. You did so many rehearsals that because of that consistent rehearsal, you were able to push that information into long-term memory, and the moment it is in long-term memory, it becomes permanent. You will never forget. So, the rule book says, if you do not want to forget, you need to revise it multiple times. Can you repeat? If I should not forget, I should revise it multiple times. So how do I actually do that? Adike, there was one great scientist, his name was Ebbinghaus. If you can spell this word properly, you can go home and use ChatGPT or Perplexity or Gemini and ask, give me some idea of how this Ebbinghaus forgetting curve helped a lot of people not to forget. Those who do not score good marks, it is only because in the examination hall you are not able to recollect everything. If you recollect everything, few of you lose marks because you are not able to write fast everything. Why? You did not practice writing only. That which is important for the exam, writing, that itself when you have not practiced, just having information, that means ಯಾರು first 20 minutes ಮತ್ತೆ second 20 minutes ಮಾತ್ರ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರೋ, the third 20 minutes of writing if you don't practice, all of a sudden for 20 minutes you can't write it fast, neat and clean. For 3 hours, how can you write fast, neat and clean? That is the practice what you need. You may be having exams shortly, maybe 1 month, 2 months down the line, or whatever the new semesters that is going to come. Follow this technology, follow this methodology. It's going to bless you with abundance. It is a logic, it is a technique not to forget. By following the right kind of technique, you will not forget. See, assuming memory is like this room, it is a space. All of you know, memory is a space where information are kept. Why we actually lose the remembrances, this memory where I should keep my important notes, I should keep what is important to exam, the same memory is utilized by various other things what you do in life. Right now, if you have watched a Big Boss, the entire serial will be in your memory. You watch a movie and come, the entire movie scene will be in your memory. You do a gossiping, you start talking to your friends and come, that information also is there in the memory. Now your memory will look like a dustbin which has lot of information scattered in this small space or in this infinite space, because we say memory is infinite. But in the exam, when I need the right information, to go there and pick up the right information, you are not able to do because of that stress that you will have to write in 3 hours. And because of this 3 hours of writing will decide what marks I will score. With all this, your mind will be in turbulence. You will not be able to go and pick up the right information, because the information that has to be purely of your studies is scattered with unwanted things which may not be relevant right now. It's very, very important. Always remember, a success of a person is decided during this what we call important age of his life. A chaiwala is identified that he will make big because he knew how to make use of these important years. All of you have heard about this Brahmi Muhurta or Brahma Muhurta. See, let me explain life like this. We have this 24 hours, day and night. In this entire 24 hours, there is this one time, 1 hour, 2 hours or 2.5 hours, which is called as Brahma Muhurta time. It varies according to seasons, according to the months. But minimum 2 hours will always be considered as the most sacred hours of this 24 hours. That is what we call it as Brahma Muhurta, just before the sunrise and after the sun rises. During that time, the energy level in the atmosphere and the energy level deep inside you is so high that with little efforts you can get very difficult tasks just like that completely done with no efforts of yourself or with very little efforts of yourself. Because at that particular time, the energy phase is very high. So, as an instruction, every successful person who has become successful, be it Steve Jobs, be it Nadella, be it Bill Gates, be it any kind of great personalities like Narendra Modi, Swami Vivekananda, Mother Teresa, all great leaders, great achievers, they have always utilized this morning time, which is called as Brahma Muhurt, for their progress in life. Now today I am uttering these words. Now I am telling you, from tomorrow you have an option of utilizing this Brahma Muhurt for the rest of your life, so that you can maximize your performance over a period of time. And the chaiwala can also do that miracle, tribal woman also can do that miracle, a fisherman's son also can do that miracle. The choice is in your hand. Choice what you decide, God will not decide. Based on the choice, you will get your destination. Now, can you use this Brahma Muhurta? Get up early in the morning by 4:30. Start studying, because that is the most sacred time. You should be doing the most important job of your life, not wasting time. It can do miracles to you. And that time when you study, memorization will work very, very fast. It works like miracle. Epicurus also, as a scientist, he explained, in the 24 hours, there are some hours which they call peak hours. Peak hours means during that time when you study, with little efforts you get maximum benefit. Sometime for some of you it may be night, for some of you it may be early morning, for some of you it is afternoon. But the same Epicurus says, if a man can cultivate and align himself to Brahma Muhurtas of the entire lifetime he lives, he can achieve 100 times more than what he can achieve without utilizing that Brahmi Muhurta. So that is the significance of that. In the same manner, he also writes, in a human life, we are born, we are going to die. It is already fixed. Your age of 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, these are called as Brahmi years of your life. A very important years of your life. Anybody who wants to become very, very successful, it is definitely dependent on how you use this Brahmi years of your life. That is right now. Right now, the age that you are going through, this is the most important time of your age, where you will have to put all the efforts in one direction so that it works and miracles are possible by each and every one of you sitting here. So keep these two things in mind. One is Brahmi Muhurta, getting up early in the morning and studying, which is your peak hours for studies, and people get 100% success ratio there. Second, in Brahmi years of your life, that is 19, 20, 21, 20. This is the time when your life is in that Brahmi Muhurta. With little efforts, you can achieve maximum out of it. If you can utilize this, you can hit that jackpot of becoming that dream, whatever the dream you have, getting materialized. So keep that in mind. Now, what is this Epicurus forgetting curve says? Assuming today you have studied one particular chapter. After I study that one particular chapter, after 60 days, here is the number of days. After 60 days, without doing any revision, if you come on the 68th day and attend a test, or if you come on that 68th day and you want to actually revise and recollect, you will see that you will only be able to recollect 5%. Why? Because the forgetting curve slowly over a period of so many days will forget, because sometimes forgetting is a gift also. Because you need to forget. I have taken this as a second example. What was the second example? The second example, the girl who was always scoring 95%, she was not able to score even 50%. When we asked her why, because what did the parents say? From midterm onwards it is happening. So our question was, what really happened during the midterm? Did anything wrong happen to her or in your family? And they told that her grandmother passed away. When a grandmother was so close to that girl, when she is no more, she was not able to handle that emotion. That memory was haunting her. The moment she came home, she used to ask for grandmother. Grandmother used to give her a bath. Grandmother used to get her ready. Grandmother used to help her do every chore day to day. And grandmother used to come and drop her to the school and pick her back from the school. So all these, her attachment towards her grandmother was so much that she could not live a life thinking that the grandmother is no more there. Now I had to give her an advice to forget the grandmother. In the case one, I had to give her an advice so that she is able to remember and write in the exam so that she gets full marks. This was a different scenario. This was a different scenario. We advised her and we told the only way you can make her focus on studies if she can really forget her grandmother. So what I told, there are a lot of things which is actually reminding her about her grandmother. So I told, change the place. Change the school also. Go to a new school. Go to a new place where she is not going to recollect anything about her grandmother. Any visual, any audio, nothing should get into her. And slowly she will progress. You can come and meet me after this happens, after the results. And they came after the results. She has scored 94%. We were happy. Why that happened? Because sometimes you need to forget that. You are studying, you are remembering your grandmother. Why? You did not remember. But you are sitting and you are expecting somebody will get a milk and that should be your grandmother. Now nobody is getting milk. I told, replace that with somebody. Let the mother get her milk. Everything the grandmother was doing, let it be somebody else who will do, and let no memory of grandmother get into her head, and her mind was put in with lot of new information, and slowly lot of information of her grandmother became smaller and smaller because other things started getting into her memory, and slowly she was able to forget that. Occasionally she used to cry, but she forgot and she got 95%. So the idea is, whatever you want to forget, that should not be revised at all. That audio, that visual, somebody talking, somebody telling, it should not happen. It will trigger and bring back that memory. So if you want to forget, it should not be there anywhere visible to you. Nobody should speak. If you want to remember, you should do multiple revision. You should keep a photo right in front of you. Like one of the difficult lessons is that put a small chart, put it right in front of you, see that again and again so that it gets copied. So that when you do, it works. So you need what is called as multiple revision. So Avengers very beautifully says, if at all you don't want to forget, the only way is try to do revision. Revision is not again taking information and putting it here. Again I'm telling you, revision is doing the second and the third one. If you cannot do the second, then you go for reading. Otherwise your revision has to be recollecting. When that recollection does not happen, you can give a little value addition of going through the subjects. And then coming back to the middle 20 minutes and the last 20 minutes activity. That is what this Ebbinghaus forgetting curve says. And he gives a beautiful example by telling any information that comes through the sensory memory first gets into short-term memory. Like whatever the teacher says, whatever I am telling, it is getting into the short-term memory. But when I do multiple rehearsal, elaborate rehearsal, if I don't do rehearsal, I forget. I do elaborate rehearsal, that will be pushed into long-term and permanent memory. When it gets into that long-term and permanent memory, it will stay there permanently during exams, during interview and during viva. It will be easy for you to recollect and you can remember everything that you wanted to remember. That is because you know how to structurize your study skills and use it in the right manner. One more and then we will try to take some questions. See, what is your study style? Have you ever asked, because you are already in graduation, have you ever asked what is your study style? All of us are not the same. All of us can be put into three categories. There are few of you who are called as visual studying style students. There are a few of you who we can call it as auditory, and few of you are kinesthetic. What I mean by visual, few of you sitting here, you don't like to read loudly because noise always disturbs. You want to silently sit, look at the teacher explains, you are able to observe, you open the book, you just look at those words, it gets into. Auditory reading will never work for you, you get confused. These people, when they see one of her cousin or a brother or own sister or friends reading loudly, she says, no, you are disturbing me. Please, I need silence because if you read loudly, I will get disturbed. These people are called as visual people. Their power is their vision. Their eyes, their vision, sensory organ is their greatest power. They simply observe, they capture the image, they memorize and they keep it ready. But even visual people need to write in the exam. So practicing writing is important for them also. We'll keep that one side. Second set of students are auditory students. Who are these auditory students? Okay, teacher na observe madadaga, they understand. But if you don't have registered so deeply with 100%, for them, they need to read loudly, they need to read to each other. Group discussion becomes mandatory for them. They need to read, they need to tell each other, and then, or if you can record whatever you are reading into a mobile and listen to it multiple times, it automatically on the background on a subconscious state, it pushes into permanent memory. I'll give you an example. Any kind of a song, if you are listening to that song again and again, within a week's time, the lyrics, you will feel like I know the lyrics. It would have automatically got memorized. Why? Without you knowing the sensory memory information, what you are listening and putting it into short-term memory, because you are doing multiple listening, it will push it to permanent memory, and whenever you want, you can recollect. So these are called as auditory people. Kinesthetic people are those auditory will not work, observing will not work. They need to write, they need to do like experimenting, write, and then they will understand. So ask yourself, whenever I am studying a particular lesson, am I a visual guy or an auditory or a kinesthetic? You will have to follow whatever suits you. Some of them will be any two, some of them will be all three. What I mean by some of them will be all three means, you know in the examination I will have to write in order to get the marks. So the idea is I will only read the last one. Of course you should know that those who make it to the top bracket of academics practice all three learning methodologies. They read, they say, and they also write and practice. That's why it makes so much of difference and they are able to score high. This high scoring is only happening because they follow all three methodologies. And one more very important thing, do you have a timetable? Timetable is very important. A person who wants to achieve any kind of a goal, a timetable will make a lot of difference to him. Prepare a timetable where you have every hour of whatever you are studying neatly put together and see how is your number of study hours. What I told for 1 hour, 20 minutes, if you get 2 hours for studies, what will you do? 40 minutes. If you get 3 hours, 1 hour and 1 hour. This is the way you will have to study. So when you study in this pattern, it will automatically give you a lot of results. And always whenever you are studying, sit in a very comfortable place. There is something called as vastu. There is an energy in the place where you spend some time. If you keep on sitting in different places and then you keep studying, you will not be able to align to that energy which you have cultivated or created there. So what we always advise students is, pick up a place, pick up a one side space of anything. If you don't have a separate room, put a small chair and a table and always study there only. So that place discipline will make you actually study well. And next, sit in a comfortable place, stay away from distraction, let it be properly lighted, let there not be any noise. sitting very close to the kitchen, sitting next to a place where grinding is happening or some kind of a metal work is happening, construction is happening. Try to avoid these external noises. The more these noises are avoided, the better it is going to become. These were few things which I wanted to explain. And I have also told you, if you want to forget, you should always remove all the contents which will remind me of grandmother. Okay. Now if I want to remember, put that as cards in every place. Wherever you are studying, even in the bathroom, if you put one chart, nothing wrong in it. In the study table, where you are sleeping, on the fan also you put so that you get up and you recollect. So use index cards, use mind maps, use posters and visual materials so that this will keep on reflecting in your mind very often and it can give you the same kind of results. And Epicurus also speaks about meditation could help you to actually concentrate and then study. Eating greens, equally important. This is what he says. How many of you know yoga and have practiced yoga? Anybody who is practicing yoga? Okay. See, there is one such yoga which we call it as Shanmukhi Brahmari Pranayama. This can help you actually to cleanse yourself and take the 5 sensory organs into your fold. See, all of you remember, you are going to do lot of wrongs or lot of non-doings or lot of wrongdoings. W-R-O-N-G. Only because your 5 sensory organs is not in your control. If you can take the 5 sensory organs into your control, why do you not get up early in the morning? Because you want the pleasure of sleeping. So again, it is a sensory organ. Why do you want to listen to music? Because it gives you a pleasure. Why do you want to watch movies? It gives you a pleasure. But these are wrong pleasures which will not help you. Initially they may give you pleasure, but future may it will be a permanent pain. But whatever is initially painful will give you permanent pleasure. Like you get up every day early in the morning, you keep on studying, keep on studying, keep on studying. When your examination results come best, that is a permanent pleasure for your lifetime. So God plays this trick. He keeps pain and pleasure in every choices. You take up the choice which will give you pleasure. Writing is painful. You don't want to write. Reading is little comfortable. More than reading, observing is still more comfortable. But observing, nothing is getting inside. So do the painful act right, so that it will help you in your exam. The small changes was required. Principal has asked me and insisted me to give you this. Arasu sir is your director, na? Yeah, he has insisted me to give this Brahmari Pranayama practices, and he has asked me to record, and he has told me if 1 or 2 students who doesn't do, you just record and just pass it on to me in WhatsApp, sir. Afterwards, I will take care. And he had warned me, sir, don't expect our crowd to be foreign police. They will be naughty police. But let me tell you, these naughty police only will do miracles in life. But you need proper guidance, that's all. Last benchers are the people who eye the first benchers and become multi-millionaire. But not all last benchers can do that. Some of the last benchers will become total. But few of those last benchers, they will do miracles. So are you with me? Can we do this? Okay. First we will go for Brahmari Pranayama. Brahmari is humming bee. All of you have seen this black bee? All of you have seen this black bee? You are aware of it. Good, yeah. See, this black honey bee, not an honey bee, normal black bee, it creates an humming sound, what we call, can all of you do that once? What is happening inside? It's creating a vibration. All of you should know, vibration is considered as highest form of energy. Why do we call vibration as an highest form of energy? All of you have seen drilling machines? I'm not talking about old drilling machines which drills a hole into the wall. I'm talking about the drilling machine which is used to cut the rocks, a drilling machine which is used to actually make passages, a drilling machine which is used to make tunnel roads, a drilling machine which is used to actually make underground tunnel roads. How is this drilling machine? Do you think it is a sharp object and you poke it, it goes inside? No. When a person is trying to drill, I'm just going and I'm saying, Uncle, one boy is asking, I was just watching, Uncle, edge sharp illa. He said, it is not a technology that we were using in the past. It is called as a vibration technology. The vibration is going to create so much of tussle that the entire area becomes so loosened that you put something and you take the mud, it comes out. Most of the tunneling is done in the same manner. They use a technology called as vibration, a rhythmic vibration. So when I use this humming sound, it creates a vibration and it clears the passage to all the 5 sensory organs and you are taking the control of it. And when it is done with Shanmukhi Brahmari, Shanmukhi means Shan means taking control of 5 sensory organs. I'm taking control of eyes. I don't want my eyes to see whatever should not be seen. I don't want my ears to hear whatever it should not hear. I don't want my nose to smell whatever taste, because everything it does, it will send some information into me. I'm not able to focus. Every time I'm trying to write some exam, immediately one movie will come. Because yaar kelbo this last time Hanumantu gedda. Now exam you are reading, you will tell hey, write the exam. But why? Because your memory is already packed with unwanted garbage. So to remove that garbage, the best way is practicing Shanmukhi. See, we will have 3 kinds of practices what we will do. We will go for normal Brahmari Pranayama. Pranayama means prana is actually life. Actually prana is life and that life is nothing but air. So we call it as pranayama. Anything that is practiced with breathing is called as pranayama in yogasana. Now 5 rounds of humming sound. After that we will go for Shanmukhi Brahmari Pranayama. All of you who are having spectacles, remove the spectacles and you will have to keep it in your pocket while doing this. And you will have to hold your index finger on your eyes. Everybody try that. Index finger on your eyes, both of it. Anybody's spectacles is packed like Karnana Kavacha? I'll have to use a knife to remove it. No, no. Because in one of the batch you told sir it is not coming out, sir. Okay. All of you hold it. Your index finger on your eyes. Both the index finger on both the eyes. Spread your fingers like this. Your middle finger on both the nostrils. Your middle finger on both the nostrils. And your ring finger on the upper lip. Ring finger on upper lip. Anybody who is not doing. And sit straight. Don't rest on the back. Either work ready. Let your spine be erect. Only if you feel little uncomfortable, you can. You should not bend your spine. Is that clear? And little finger on your lower lip. I mean, all of you, if thumb use madi, you will have to close your ears. Close your ears using the thumb. Thumb use madi, close your ears. This is for the Shanmukhi Brahmari Pranayama. All of you look here now. This is for Shanmukhi Brahmari. This will happen for 5 rounds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. After that, this is called as Chin Mudra. All of you come here. Chin Mudra, where your index finger and your thumb are touching at the tip of each other. All the other fingers are straight and you should place it on your palms. Okay. And then you just close your eyes. While you are closing this eyes, I'll ask you to look a little ahead, not opening your eyes. You will look at a 30-degree angle so that your 2 eyeballs will concentrate on this 3rd eye, which is called as Ajnata Chakra, one of the very strong chakras to enable that miraculous success in your life. Can we do this? Boys, are you there with me? Arushu sir, these boys are doing, sir? in the video? I am sharing this. Okay. Girls are also doing, sir. A very good one, sir. I have never seen guys like them. With two lecturers also, so nice. I am blessed to have this kind of an atmosphere. Now, you will keep your eyes closed until and unless I ask you to open. Is that clear? Anybody who opens before that, I have a knife, it will go in. Is that clear? Okay, now close your eyes. Just listen to the instructions and follow. Is that clear? Close your eyes. Keep your back erect, straight, chest up. Let your hands be open, palms facing the sky. Hands open, palms facing the sky. Don't open your eyes. Keep your foot flat on the ground in a 90 degree, heels flat on the ground. Knees should be 90 degree to your thighs. Your back should be 90 degree to your thighs. Everywhere it has to be straight, erect. Keep your eyes closed. Those who are using the spectacles, I told you keep the spectacles down or to put it in your pocket. To put your spectacles into the pocket. Pocket. All of you close your eyes. When I am talking to somebody, you need not look.
Joshika, no laughing.
Please close your eyes. Please close your eyes.
No drama is going on.
I will definitely tell you, you will have a beautiful experience which you will cherish. Every time you are going to sit for studies, you will follow this. Now, everybody is closed your eyes. I don't want anybody to peep in with single eye, winking. And seeing one of you is winking your eye and checking whether my neighbor has closed his eyes. Don't worry about your neighbor, you close your eyes. Okay. Now we will go for the 5 rounds of Brahmari. Inhale. Be serious, no monkey business. I'm recording. Let your breathe out be 3 times more than the time that you take to inhale. Again, 4th round. Inhale. Last round. Inhale. Slowly bring your palms up. Close your eyes with the index finger. Close your ears with your thumb. Close your eyes with your index finger. Close your ears with your thumb. Close your little finger on your lower lip. Ring finger on your upper lip. And middle finger on your nostrils. All of you please do it properly. You don't remember the index finger? Fingers should not overlap. Fingers should be on each side of your face. One of your fingers, left side will be on the left side of the face. It will not touch the other finger. The right hand side should not, you should not touch the finger. Spread your fingers. You should not touch each other's fingers. You don't remember index finger, nostrils, above the lip. Open. Okay. Close your eyes. Inhale. Gently press a little. Again, 3rd round. 4th round. Last round. Inhale. With hands in Chin Mudra. Try to come to Dhyana Mudra. Your hands on your palms. Keep your eyes closed. Keep your eyes closed. Most of you open your eyes. That means you will lose that. Close your eyes. Close your eyes. Just listen to whatever I say. In another 5 minutes, we'll wind up the class and we will go to question and answer session. Keep your eyes closed. I will be uttering few prayers. Just listen to it. You need not do anything. Just listen to it. Oh great God, thank you so much. Thank you so much for giving me this birth as a human. I know I could have been born as an animal. I could have been born as an insect. I could have been born as a worm. I could have been born as any such microorganism. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for giving me this greatest gift of being born as a human. Thank you so much. Oh God, thank you so much for such a loving mother. I know my mother is working there at home, thinking I am going to attend this class with full zeal and enthusiasm. Thank you so much for such a loving and caring mother. A mother who took me for 9 months. A mother who actually gave me the best of the clothes. A mother who gave everything of her earnings into my studies. Everything of her earnings into my food. Everything of her earnings into my hospitality. Thank you so much for such a loving mother. Thank you so much for such a loving father. I know what a father means to every child. I know there are a lot of orphans who don't have a mother and father. How they would have lived their life. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I have such a loving mother. I am such a loving father. Thank you so much for them. I know my father has spent sleepless nights working. Though he may not have been highly educated, he wants me to be very highly educated. He has gifted me this college. I am thankful to him. Thank you so much, oh God, for giving me such a great parents. I know there are a lot of parents, kids who don't have parents. How they would have lived as orphans. Thank you so much. Oh God, thank you so much that I am able to see. Thank you for these two beautiful eyes. I know there are a lot of students who are blind and they are completed graduation. I recently heard one of the person becoming an IAS officer, but he was blind right from the child. Thank you so much for such a great eyes. Oh God, thank you so much. I am able to think. I am able to actually think, calculate, do maths. I know there are a lot of mentally retarded kids, mentally retarded youths who are not able to do this. Thank you so much for this, oh God. Thank you so much. I am blessed. Oh God, thank you so much. I have both the hands, both the legs. I know there are a lot of them who are either without legs or without hands. How they would have managed themselves. Thank you so much, oh God. Thank you so much. Oh God, thank you so much for such a beautiful college. I know there are a lot of them who are not blessed with colleges like this. How this Draupadi Murmu would have completed her academics living in such a place called as forest. I am at least living in such a beautiful city, not even a village. Thank you so much for this. Oh God, thank you so much for all the classes that is being given by our teachers, who motivate us, who help us, who are guiding us for our future. Today I realize how important all these people are in my life. I know I am more blessed than Draupadi Murmu. I am not a tribal. I am more blessed than this fisherman's son because my father is not a fisherman. I am more blessed than this Chaivala because my father never sent me to sell a tea. And we are not living in such a poverty that my father or mother expects me to sell a tea and then earn my own living. I think I should be grateful and thankful for this, oh God. I want many more years of this so that I can repay this to my parents by helping them, by honoring them, by making myself do greatest things in life. Let me become so successful, oh God. Bless me with so much of success so that my parents' hard-earned life, my parents' hard-earned money is not wasted, it becomes fruitful. Oh God, I know I have a responsibility. I have been born as a human. So it's my moral responsibility to give back this to the world by telling God that He did not waste one human life by giving me a birth as a human. I don't know why, somewhere in deep in my mind I realized today that I am made for big things in life. Oh God, bless me not to be actually silly. Bless me not to waste time. Bless me to utilize every moment of my life to learn something new, to achieve something big in life. I know there are a lot of big achievers. I've recently gone through one of those YouTube channels where we talk about young achievers. I think I have not achieved anything, oh God. I am only being gifted with lot of positive things, but still I have not achieved. There are an 16 years old entrepreneur who earns crores of rupees per month, and his father was not an IAS or an IPS officer, an ordinary school teacher. I know an entrepreneur girl who is earning in an IT company by starting her own IT company, and today she is an head of an 100 crore company, and she did not do this at the age of 21 or 22. She is already a 100 crore company owner and her age is only 19. That means, let me know, there are a lot of serious people who are working seriously to make their life more beautiful. I think it is my responsibility. I will take in charge of seeing to it this entire team of Silicon City College becomes very serious about what they are doing. They become very focused about what they are doing, and they are going to do such miraculous things where the college also will be proud of them. Forget about aged 21, 22, 23, 24 who are doing miraculously good. Also being a son of a fruit seller, son of a flower seller, son of a BBMP worker, son of a Paura Karmik. I have a lot of such examples where students have done miraculously good and they have achieved beautiful things in life. Today's class of study skills, how to prepare for an exam, memory techniques. I think it has given us this brief idea of how life has to be taken, how our memory could be improved to make it much more better. I take this opportunity to thank you for this class, oh God. In turn, I promise you, whatever sir has told regarding this memory techniques, I will try and follow it and see to it my life becomes better than what it is right now. Thank you so much, oh God. Thank you so much. Be in silence for a few seconds. Remember your father. Remember your mother. Remember your teacher. Remember the God. Slowly rub your palms, do not open your eyes. Rub your palms to generate sufficient heat. Rub it very hard. You should feel the warmth on your hands, on your palms, and slowly rub on your forehead, on both your eyebrows, on both your eyes, on both your chin, and very, very slowly and gently open your eyes. Thank you, love you all so much. If you have any questions, we will answer. Otherwise, the class or the session has got over. Can I expect a big round of applause?